Date rape drugs might be more common than we think. In fact, research once told us that around 1/3 of sexual assault cases involved in date rape drugs. So what are the most common date rape drugs? What do they do to the body? If you think you've been exposed or poisoned and sexually assaulted, what should you do? And importantly, how can you reduce your risk of being poisoned with date rape drugs and becoming a victim? What is date rape? Before we get into date rape drugs, let's talk about date rape itself. Date rape refers to non-consensual intercourse between two individuals who are considered acquaintances. It's often happening at a social activity such as going to a bar or a nightclub. The use of a date rape drug helps to lower the victim's inhibitions and ability, making them easier to control. So even though it can happen with people who know each other, we want to emphasize that date rape is still sexual assault. A date rape drug is often used by a perpetrator in order to commit sexual assault. This is because due to what these drugs do to the body, they can make sexual assault easier. There are 3 specific date rape drugs we're going to focus on that commonly appear in cases of drug-facilitated sexual assault. Rohypnol, which is also called roofies, ketamine, and GHB. Rohypnol is incredibly potent. In fact, it's 10 times more powerful than Valium, so it's dangerous even at low doses. That's why Rohypnol is one of the most common date rape drugs used to facilitate sexual assault. The victim might lose control of their muscles, feel confused or drowsy, experience a loss of consciousness, or suffer from amnesia. Some other warning signs include upset stomach, headache, tremors, and a slow reaction time. Out of the most common date rape drugs, Rohypnol might be the easiest to spot. It's currently manufactured as an olive green tablet, so if Rohypnol is dissolved into a lighter colored drink, it might dye the drink blue, but not always. In addition to being a common date rape drug, ketamine is a well-known street drug. It sometimes goes by the name vitamin K or Special K. Ketamine triggers hallucinatory effects that are similar to PHP. Some other signs include trouble breathing, seizures, and problems with coordination. Ketamine can be a clear liquid or an off-white powder. Learn more about street drug testing with U.S. Drug Test Centers, which screens for ketamine. Finally, we have GHB. GHB is a depressant that can make you feel euphoric and also cause hallucinations, and interestingly, is available by prescription. GHB is sometimes used to treat sleep disorders. However, it can be deadly if misused, even if it's in very small doses, which can be toxic. Additionally, GHB sometimes induces slow breathing, nausea, agitation, and a loss of coordination in victims. GHB is a colorless, odorless liquid, making it easy for perpetrators to put it in someone's drink. GHB is also sometimes referred to as liquid ecstasy or liquid E. In addition to our Rohypnol drug testing and street drug testing, you can find these and other drugs in our specialty drug testing and club drug testing sections. We'd be remiss if we didn't at least briefly discuss the prominent role that alcohol plays in non-consensual sexual activity. In fact, some people trying to commit sexual assault will use alcohol alone. They might purposely target someone who's been drinking or nudge them to drink more than they normally would. And in combination, drugs and alcohol pack a dangerous punch. While the exact experience will vary based on the substances, the individual, and the manner in which they consumed them, generally combining drugs with alcohol only makes the side effects even more dramatic than if they were only drugs or only alcohol that were consumed. Date rape drugs have a considerable presence in the bars and clubs. Alcohol is almost always involved, and that's why, as we've mentioned, date rape drugs are often dropped into a person's drink or even in punch bowls. Victims usually have no idea that something was mixed in their alcohol. Maybe you went out last night, had a few too many drinks, and woke up feeling funny or unable to remember what happened. How can you tell if you were drugged last night? What if a drug was left in your alcohol? Some common symptoms might be thinking about how you were feeling last night, and if you can't remember, ask someone that was with you. If you've experienced any of the following symptoms, you might have been drugged. Trouble breathing, fatigue, hallucinations, loss of muscle control, abrupt and noticeable changes in your body, sudden aggression, Also, think of any unexplained signs of intoxication. For instance, if you only had one drink but you were slurring your words, something might not be adding up. If you're unable to remember what happened that night, you might have been drugged, and it's crucial to get to your doctor or to the emergency room as quickly as possible to receive medical care. If you can, get a trusted friend to come with you as a second pair of ears. Always be mindful of the time because the drugs will eventually leave your system. And that's why it's so important to get a drug test as soon as possible. Many hospitals and doctor offices do not conduct testing for specialty substances or for date rape substances. So visit a testing location like U.S. drug test centers to get the panels you need. If you think you might have been sexually assaulted, do not change clothes. They might hold evidence of what you just experienced. You as the victim are not to blame. Remember that because you were drinking doesn't mean you asked for it. What happened was a crime. If you were not able to clearly and coherently say yes to what happened, then it is assault. Victims are not to be blamed. Furthermore, getting prompt medical attention is the utmost importance. If you think you were assaulted and you're struggling, reach out to the National Sexual Assault Hotline. They offer confidential support 24/7. Drug-facilitated sexual assault is terrifying. Fortunately, there are simple things you can do to steer clear of any exposure to date rape, drug, and sexual assault. If you're going to be drinking alcohol or even water, purchase and hold your own drinks. Watch over as they're prepared and never leave your drink unattended. Do not accept drinks from anyone else and don't let anyone else hold your drink. And when you're not drinking, hold the glass by the top so the drink is covered and nothing can inconspicuously be mixed into it. If your drink ever smells strange or tastes strange, alert someone immediately. Tell your friends what your drink limit is and get the same information from them. Never go drinking with people you don't know and don't go anywhere alone with them. Assault happens on dates too. While drug use and sexual assaults commonly happen in public places, they can be a problem on dates too. It's crucial to take preventative measures. Read our blog on dating safety tips. These tips will help protect you against date rape, drugs, and sexual assault. U.S. Drug Test Centers has more than 20,000 locations around the country. We're never more than a short drive away. Furthermore, you can order your test online in just a few clicks so that you can get screened as soon as possible. Our street drug testing, specialty drug testing, and club drug testing are all helpful when you suspect that somebody might have drugged you. Contact us today or locate a testing center near you.